Hey, how's it going, connectors? Welcome to another fresh episode of Staying Connected, where we find connections through open and honest conversations. There's just too much emphasis on differences that we forget that we're just one big community. We seek to learn about life lessons, experiences, setbacks, and vulnerabilities of one another. How's it going, guys? I'm Kenny.
And I'm Scott. Let's jump into it. So today, a fun episode. We have one of my friends, Alan. Just a quick bio about himself. He is an accountant. He's been in the field for 4 years. He's been working at nonprofits and is currently working at an accounting firm, handling taxes, reviews, audit services. I figured it was a good time to bring Alan on to learn about this field, and we're going to talk a little bit about investing ourselves. Just a disclaimer, we are not tax professionals, or at least Alan is not yet. He's working on a CPA, and we are not financial services professionals. So disclaimer on that. So any information or any advice or recommendations we give, you should seek out a professional, certified professional to do that. But other than that, how's it going, Alan?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. It's early today, but thank you for having me at Super Bowl Sunday.
It is super. So, do you have a pick? Who do you want to win?
My pick is the GOAT, Tom Brady.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, thank you for joining us today.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and talk about why you went into the field of accounting.
Hmm. I guess I went into the field of accounting. I didn't really know what I was gonna do straight out of college. I had ideas. I thought, engineering. We do engineering. But I guess like as I got into it, as I was doing math, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be an engineer. It's like I gotta go to calculus 4 and then more
Right.
math. Like I don't even know what math is after like algebra. Like I don't know what the making of numbers
Same here.
is.
Same here.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna do accounting. I think I had like one class in accounting, and they talked about the big Enron scandal, like
Yeah.
how like they're making shell companies to launder money and stuff. And like, oh man, this is pretty cool. I like understanding the money and like how business works and understanding like how the money flows to the company and all that found was interesting to me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do accounting. And at the end of the day, I guess accounting, once you get the hang of it, you can kind of like maneuver and position yourself to like be your own entrepreneur or something, as long as you understand like how to run the books and stuff, and how to run a business. You can pretty much be self-sustainable.
Is that the final goal for you to start your own business?
Yeah, it is just to be sustainable, have a sustainable living lifestyle. It's not to make the most money, it's just to find a purpose and then make sure that that purpose is helping others, and you know if you can live a little good lifestyle, that's good. That's good enough for me. Yeah.
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 Brother, that's what we're all about.
Uh,
Oh, so for your business, will it just be like a CPA firm or tax services, or what do you see yourself as?
uh, I see. I guess like the firm mentality is different. They expect you to be at the firm for like 12 hours a day, put in work. And I think where the world is moving, it's like doing away with the office. So
Hmm.
no more office. You could like just account for people through the cloud. Like send me your documents to the cloud, and I can just chill at home, do my stuff, and send it back to you. So I think for me, it's like just changing the whole like how the business model is set up. If I could just have couple clients and just like chill at home and just send me your stuff, and
Right.
I do, and that's good. You minus like all the politics in the office and all the other stuff. Like I guess, yeah, I'll make it a different business model. I wouldn't like make an office or anything. I would just like do it at home and just minimize all the uh, indirect expenses, for to like run a business and stuff.
Oh, it's very different from the traditional model that uh,
Yeah.
accounting firms have done. Are you still working at the office, or are you working
Yeah.
at home?
I'm working at the office. I'm putting in like 10 to 12 hour days now. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, we have audits, we have taxes to do. It's
How has the pandemic kind of affected your new
oh,
lifestyle, or work life?
Yeah, so work, I think in the beginning it was kind of scary. Like, oh man, why am I the only one going to work? You know, like it's pandemic out here. So I guess like at the beginning I was worried, and then I guess as months went by, I was like, oh shoot, it's still like a pandemic. I'm still working. I'm like still putting those hours. Yeah, nothing really changed in the office lifestyle except we couldn't allow guests in, so you can't have like a face-to-face meeting. You just gotta be over the phone and stuff. Um, yeah, but I think being on a CPA firm, you kind of like see the books of like small businesses and like how bad they're suffering. Yeah, from this. And I think that was like the main thing that hit hard was like just seeing like all the small businesses suffer, like lose money, having to like lay off people, or like you find out like maybe like one of the employees, you know, they have COVID or something and all that. Like I guess you see it like really firsthand, like what it's doing to like the small businesses in Hawaii.
So you don't mind me asking, like, you see these businesses failing and you see them struggling. Um, is it within your boundaries to tell them, like, you know, for now, just quit the business and come back next year? Or what's the recommendation you give them, or
Oh,
generally do you hear?
well, I guess you just try to point them in the right direction. There's like, you know, grants out there. There's loans you can apply for. You know, but not everybody can, you know, qualify for it, or they don't know how to do it. Like they just know how to run the business. That's it. Like, they don't know anything else after that. So you kind of just gotta help walk them through it and understand, like help them understand, like if you don't get the loan, you can always get a credit on your tax return. You know, like those things. Like you ensure them that, you know, everything's gonna be okay. There's a way to like get money somewhere else and do all the other steps. As long as you do all the other steps, file all the right paperwork, then you know you can get your money back. And yeah, just making sure that you're there to help them, and then you know they just want to know that you're helping, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long does it take for them to get the money? So I know our government's not the quickest.
Federal funding is just
Funding. Some people are right on it. Like some people do it and they get it the next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just depends on the business owner. Depends on, you know, if you really are like worried about that, and if you really put in the time work in the work. Like it's like some owners, they didn't know like there was a PPP loan out there, or they didn't know how to qualify for it or anything. So you know, I think just being up to date with the information that's circulating. That's
Is
the
there a
big.
certain eligibility or like level of how much you need?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
So like, you know that PPP loan, it was kind of like based on your salary and wages for like the whole year. So yeah, they just you just send in your payroll for like the last 2 years, and then they'll kind of do their own calculation of like how much money they can give you and stuff. So yes, that's what we had to do for some businesses. And then at the beginning of this year, they're accepting applications to forgive your loan. So like some businesses, they would just go to the bank, file like a schedule of expenses, and they would like apply for how much the loan they wanted to be forgive. And you know, some banks would forgive them, and some wouldn't. But I see like most banks forgive all the loan. You know, so it's happening. You know, they're getting out. Some businesses are getting a break and stuff.
Is it the more money you make, the bigger your loan, or how does that work?
Yeah. So the more money you make, the bigger your loan. It's just kind of based on your salary and wages for the year, and they just take like a portion of it, and they care. This is the money you can use, and it's only for your operating expenses. And when like the probably a year, they'll ask you to submit all your expenses and see if you qualify for forgiveness and stuff. But even like right now, like if you were to take a small business loan, the interest rates are really low, you know. So um, a lot of companies are taking a loan out to, you know, just help them through this pandemic and stuff because they know it's a low interest rate and stuff.
What is the interest rate right now? Where is it? February 7th right now, 2020. Is it under 3%?
Not even sure. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know what the interest rate right now, but I see loans like pretty low, like probably like 2-3%. People are getting.
Yeah, my brother was trying to find real estate, and like these houses are selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
They're selling so fast. It's, let's say a house is priced at $1 million, and he went up to like 1.1, and that's still like one of the lower offers, which is crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people are just throwing straight cash at these houses.
Mhm.
They're not gonna, yeah,
So I don't know. I think that the housing market is up like right now, right?
Yeah, it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
It was questionable at first, but
Yeah.
over the past couple months,
That
it's
just shows you if you have enough
Well,
equity and cash, like a pandemic's perfect for investors.
yeah, but like in the beginning of the pandemic, I thought the housing market would,
Or crash.
thought that. So I don't know what's happening in the economy. Like everything, like we thought the economy, the housing market would crash. We thought the stock market would fall, but the stock market's doing better than ever. But it just rebounded and stuff. So like very interesting. It's like we have to revalue our economy in a different way, or like we don't really know how our economy is valued. That's what.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the stock market for a bit. So do you invest, Alan? And I guess, do you invest too?
Not really. I'm trying to get into it this year.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like,
Mhm.
how about you? Are you investing?
Me? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I've been in the market for a while now. The market did take a big crash. I believe it was like mid-March.
Mm.
And yeah, that was like the perfect time to buy when everyone's scared and everyone is selling. That's exactly the time when you should start buying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so where are you guys looking to do, or where to invest?
Oh.
Like what
Oh.
industries or what companies are you looking at?
Oh.
I mean, we have all those top names and all that, but like, Amazon or like Tesla, but it's a lot. But medical or real estate.
Yeah.
Let's say I gave you 10 grand to invest. How would you divvy up that 10 grand?
Oh, nice, nice. I'll put 4,000 into blue company stocks.
The company?
Yeah, blue company like maybe AT&T or something.
The dividends.
Yeah, get your dividends going, and then maybe like 2,000 in like stocks that you think that you believe in personally that's valued low, like really low. You just banking on like a great return. So yeah, that's 2,000 there. 3,000 mutual funds,
Hmm.
and then 1,000 in day trading.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got the whole breakdown right there.
What were you, Kenny?
I'm a newbie to this, so it's like, I've heard about like everybody going into stocks and investing and all that. So, I'm kind of like the baby of this.
Well, one of the bigger recommendation is you invest in things that you like. So our products that you have already.
Yeah.
So we're using an Apple computer right now. So the point is, like, when you invest in companies that you like, you're more likely to research it.
Yeah.
You're willing to do the legwork, because you already like those products. So for a lot of my friends, I recommend them. Since you like Nike, just invest in Nike, and then find out what you like about Nike. Keep it real simple. If you like a sports team, find out if they have they're actively publicly traded. So just to keep it super simple. Or you can do, Alan said, a mutual fund, which I don't recommend because they have very high fees.
Oh.
It's like 4 or 5% management fees that they take.
Mutual fund, you gotta find the right one.
I recommend index funds or an ETF.
Oh yeah, ETFs. Yeah, you're right.
Especially ETFs, because you can publicly trade them like during the day. So
yeah. So I didn't really get into it now, like stocks, but as I studied for like my license and stuff, like okay, this is how it's gonna teach me how to like look at a balance sheet, look at an income statement, and like all right, this is like this company's in bad, like they're bad in debt. They have too much equity like outstanding, like to shareholders and stuff. So like right now, I think it's a good time to invest because like I'm learning like the last part of the CPA license is like about like options, day trading, and like just like how to value a company. So like all right, I think I'll start this year. Have you ever heard of the options, like how to do options and stuff?
I've heard about that. What is that?
Oh, okay. So like options is like what happened to GameStop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people in GameStop, a lot of the hedge funds, they bought a short option, which is saying like, all right, GameStop is valued today at like $50, but we're banking on GameStop to drop to like $5
Right.
in like a year or so. So I guess that Reddit users, the Reddit, yeah, they're like they have like a forum going, and they're like, all right, this is what we know. A lot of hedge funds, they have like a lot of money invested into GameStop dropping in their stock. So what they did was that they just bought all the stocks from GameStop so that the valuation will like more demand equals more price, higher price. So they bought more GameStop stocks, the price rose, and then hedge funds were worried that if the GameStop stock doesn't drop in time, like before their option expires, then they lose out on all that money they put up front to bet on like the stock dropping to like a lower price. So yeah, it's like about like you're betting on like on the market and how the company's gonna do. So you can also bet higher. You can like if you bet on let's see, like Hawaiian Airlines, you bet on Hawaiian Airlines to like go up to $100. You set your contract to expire in a year. If that contract hits, if the Hawaiian Airlines hits at $100 before your contract expires, you can just exercise your option and you can cash out on that. So you're making money. Yeah, it's like a good way to like just hedge the market. Because then you can like bet on one company, and if you don't think it's doing good, you can just bet lower. Yeah.
Let's dive a little deeper into that, because that's a really I feel like that hedge fund market is very one-sided, where these rich billionaires, hedge fund managers, they have all the power. So for example, let's say me and you were a big hedge fund company, right? And then we believe that let's pick a Hawaiian company that you like. Let's go with Maxim Manila.
Hawaii company. Can it be like a bank?
Yeah, could be bank. Let's say Bank of Hawaii. Yeah, let's say Bank of Hawaii. And then we put in like, let's say $3 billion into Bank of Hawaii. What do you think that's gonna happen to the stock, right? Or the company? It's gonna shoot up because we personally put in $3 billion. And from what I see, like they're able to manipulate the market based on just pure volume, based on just pure influence. So whatever happened with GameStop is really altering, because now you have the retail investors, which is like the amateur investors. Now they have a chance to influence the market. And what conspired over the last couple of days is they've had all these hedge funds losing billions of dollars because, like Alan said, they were shorting, right? They were betting on the company to suck and fail. So then the stock price goes down. And now that these big hedge fund billionaires see that these retail investors are influencing the market, they're doing whatever is possible to stop that. So one of the ways they did that was through Robinhood. They heard about that. Of course, they ran out of money, but then and there's no conclusive evidence for this, but for sure, some of the hedge funds, they're like, hey, you gotta stop all trades to GameStop and AMC and all that, right? For sure that they had some say like, hey, Vlad, you gotta stop that. So now, like we were so close on like tipping the scale, because if they didn't stop the trading for like a couple of days or like a day or two, I'm not sure, but if they kept letting the retail investors invest more money into GameStop and these companies, these hedge funds would have lost like even more billions of dollars. But now, just as the tipping point was about to go over, they cancel all orders, and now they've allowed these hedge funds to reorganize themselves, and then have a day or two to think about how to fight back. So, but it gives me hope. Alan, you can speak on this, but it gives me hope that a bunch of people can influence the market instead of these hedge funds, instead of these billionaires.
Yeah, I think so too. Uh, I think you always knew that they could do it. They just had to find the right platform to do it.
Yes.
There's a lot of information out there, yeah. And like one click of a mouse, you can find your information. You can like, all right, how's this company doing? You can also like figure out how many people invested into like short and the call options, like how many call options are outstanding, for this company and that company. So you can like do all your work right here, right in front of you, as long as you know what questions to ask, and you can find your information for sure.
Where would you go to find all this information?
I would go to like Yahoo Finance. Then you can also go to like SEC filings. Like you can go view their balance sheet, their audited financial statements and all that. There's like I think it's an SEC website that you can just go to, and whatever company that you're interested in, you can look at their balance sheet and look at like their mission statement, what they're about, and all. Yeah.
It is a lot of work. Yeah, you definitely need someone well versed in the terminology and what you're looking for.
Yeah. Meet the right people. Some people are like really smart. Like I met one guy who's like making like 30,000 a month in like options, and then that was like fucking like 3 months before I even started studying for this license. And he was telling me all this, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I need to figure out how to do this, like how to so I just kept asking him questions, and he showed me his valuation like of his portfolio. Like, oh, you're not joking, dude. Yeah, like 2.6 mil right now. I'm like, oh geez. Like, all right, I believe you. I'm gonna do the work too now. All right.
Yeah, to let him take you under his wing.
Yeah, or just ask him questions, bounce it off with him. It's like, oh, what do you think about this company and that company? Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta connect us, Alan. Yeah, you need to get in on that. One of the things I've always wanted in life was like to have these like mini groups. Like for example, if you're into food stuff, you have your mini group about that. Yeah. And then if you're interested in sports, you have your little group of friends that talk about sports. And then you have your investing friends, and you can talk all about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's make an investing group. Yeah, like a bubble, literally. You gotta. No, that's all it is. It's like a syndication of like people just like coming together and talking about that. So,
yeah.
we'll talk offline a little bit, Alan. we'll figure something out. But talk to us about the process of being a CPA. So
how does that go? Yeah, what is a CPA? How does somebody that's curious and possibly interested in going into that, how do they start?
Oh, how do they start? You just gotta major in accounting or like have a certain amount of credits, and from there you can get into like job experience. You work at either a private company, public company, and when you feel ready, you have to like take 4 parts to this exam. First part is financial, so it's like kind of just bases all your knowledge on like what you know about financial statements and how to like report, how to treat things, like accounting wise. And then you have regulation, which is taxes and tax laws. So you have like they just like ask you questions and about tax laws and and about tax returns and stuff. And then you have auditing. Auditing is like how to audit a company, but it's kind of like it's not really. It's more theory based, like on concepts, and it's not really financial or taxes. It's just like kind of like how would you report things? How would you do your due diligence and like making sure that how many expenses they have on the books is correct if it's not material. Yeah, and the last one is business ethics, and that's more like investing and just like kind of like financial ratios and financials, like understanding how the ratios work and all that. Yeah.
So you're your last one. Which one is the hardest so far? I know you haven't taken your last one, but which one has been the toughest part so far?
think the toughest was financial, because you didn't know what to expect. That was the first one I took. Uh, when before I taking that one, I didn't know if I was gonna pass it or not. So then I just left work. I put in my 2 weeks. Like, all right, I gotta go because then I got focused on the exam. Like, I don't want any like screw ups. I don't want to invest so much time into work where I already just bet it on myself on this exam. Like I need to pass the exam. So I put in my 2 weeks. I left my job and I was like studying for it for like a month. And it's like, oh, this is freaking ridiculous. Like they didn't teach us in school. Like, or either they taught us and I didn't know. I forgot. But that was the hardest one. Yeah. And I passed it by like 2 points, but I did passed it. Yeah.
What's the maximum score you can get in each part?
100.
100, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
passing score is what, 70?
The minimum is 75. Yeah, you got higher than 75. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's like a C, like a C. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah.
Okay, so after, let's say you pass your final exam, then what? You get your CPA and you start practicing, or?
Yeah, after that, so in Hawaii, there's like requirements. You need 150 credits at the end of the day to apply for your license, and you also need 2 years of work experience. And then once you get that, you're licensed. And I guess before CPA, when you got a CPA, you got your license. You have to work in a firm, and you have to like do it this way. But now you see like a lot of CPAs, they are financial analysts, they're financial advisors. Like CPA is just like a starting point, and then you can go from there. But most people, they stay in the firm, or like they'll find an accounting job, like a higher up job as either senior accountant or an auditor or like a controller or like a CFO, and then they do it that way. For me, I don't know how long I'll stay in the accounting firm. It's very intense over there. I don't know about that work. More for me, I see like a financial advisor. It's pretty interesting. Yeah.
So you
And
have to
maybe,
get certified in that area too, right?
yeah, I think so.
Money certification.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need to be certified. That's why we put the disclaimer in the beginning, because we aren't licensed professionals yet. And I have seen people get sued because they give like advice on financials and they didn't put the disclaimer, and then
Yeah.
they so
Mhm. Always put the disclaimer. Yeah, always.
you have to cover your
You have to.
trackings. You have to cover your trackings for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, but if you do, I've talked with you about this offline, but I've always wanted to have my own investing firm. You know how you see all these sports and these moguls. Everybody has their own venture capital company, and is there a reason why they do that, Alan?
Like
Instead
investment
of just doing it personally.
firm, like an investment firm, or just like a capital venture, like where you invest into like smaller companies. That one.
I seen both. I seen I seen some they just invest in like startups. I seen some where they just use that money. They have like a portfolio and they invest in like stocks or whatever. I've seen a combination of both. I'm just wondering why they do that. Is it because of tax reasons? Is it because of something else? They can pull money from other people. Because if you're just by yourself, you only have so much money, right? But if you pull other people in, you can invest in a greater amount.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I think making a company and putting all your assets in there, it's a good idea as long as you have like partners that you're willing to work with, or you can make that company just you're the solely shareholder of it. And but yeah, I think companies, if you do that, you probably can get a loan better probably because I don't know if they're looking at your like your personal finances as much, as more as like they're looking at the company and what the company has to offer. So I think, and also like for like investing into like startups, you can like invest into one and put like 10,000 down, and say you don't get that return right away, and they're losing money like every year. You can just like as long as you like kind of participate in the company a little bit, you're able to write off expenses from that company into your own personal. But it just depends on, is it a corporation? Is it a partnership? Is it a social? Like, is it a S company? S corps are like a mix between partnership and C corp. but at the end of the day, they're all filed on your individual tax return. If you're a corporation, then you have to file a separate tax return for corporations, and the corporation like eats all the tax benefits. So it's better to like, if you're to invest into small companies, it's better to invest into like partnerships and S corps, because those losses can like directly translate to return. For like corporations, if you want to start a business, you need a capital, you need more shareholders, and you also need that safe, protection that I'm not gonna get sued for like all my other assets that I have. All right, then you start a corporation. But I think it just depends on the investor and what they need. Yeah.
So when we take Staying Konnected, we turn into a company, LLC, S corp.
Yeah, S corp.
S corp.
S corp. Yeah.
Shit today.
Yeah, for sure, Alan. Yeah, we need to talk more about starting our own capital venture.
Yeah. Such an interesting route.
It is. It's I wish they taught these subjects in school. They encourage children to start looking at investing and start getting early. One of the good things that came out of that GameStop thing was a lot more people, especially the younger generation, they started looking into investing. Oh, what's this? Just let me get in. What's all the hype about? So that was great. But I wish they taught it sooner and earlier, because time in the market is just so important. That's why I encourage all my friends to get in now, since you're still young. Because even if there is, let's say, knock on wood, there is another pandemic, you're young enough to not let it affect you. It'll pass through. But for the older people, they can't have that risk, and they have their savings in there. So that's why you're young. Please get in the market. Do a little research. Maybe when Alan becomes a certified financial person, hit him up. We'll get him some business.
Yeah, real.
Cool. Yeah. So let's talk about some fitness stuff, because I know you work out, you play sports. We played basketball a couple of times. You still working out?
Barely. No, not really.
Yeah, it's pandemic.
Too much studying, huh?
Yeah, studying. Like, I just play basketball. I know it's a pandemic, but there's still people out there playing basketball. So
irresponsible.
In my bubble, yeah. I just keep it in my bubble and go play basketball.
I suck at basketball.
Oh, really? Look,
I'm good at it, but I'm the only one that sucks.
Oh, really? Oh, man, yeah. We gotta play one day.
Once everybody gets vaccinated. Just curious, does your company offer free vaccinations, or what's the?
Oh yeah. See, I don't think so. I never asked. But like I looked like, and they never talked to me about it. Like, they never said, okay. Because I think you gotta like sign up like on a website, and the employer gotta sign up in order to like make your workers essential. I'm not too sure. Because I tried to check Hawaii Pacific Health, and it looks like the employer, like your boss, gotta fill it out and like state the reason why they should like have their firm be essential workers where they can get the vaccine. So yeah, I don't think they do. That's not that I know. No.
You gotta convince your boss, then, my friend.
Yeah. Have you gotten it already?
Yeah, they've offered. I've taken it. From what I hear, it's the because you get 2 shots, right? It's the second shot that messes you up. Almost everybody that I've spoken to, like the second shot, it puts them out for like at least a day or 2.
How long do you wait from the first one and the second one?
I think they say a month, but the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Yeah, the first shot, like you'll get some soreness. For like a day or 2, but then it's nothing. You barely feel the needle. I remember growing up in Vietnam before I came to America. Like that needle was huge. My goodness. Oh my. Like it was so big that it left like a scar tissue on my arm. That's why like when you see like your friends that have immigrated here and they have that mark on their arm, it's from that fat needle.
Oh.
I'm not lying. You think I'm joking, but it's not. It's like the size of like a toothpick. Like you might think that's not very big, but in comparison to like needle
And they're going
size,
slow.
yeah, they go slow. They don't go fast. And
Yeah.
you're like a little kid, and of course you're gonna be moving around, right? Because it hurts. You're not an adult where you just eat the pain. You're a little kid, so that's why you're.
Yeah. Did you get it? Oh,
Not yet. Well, my company that I work for, yeah, they're offering it as well. So
nice.
yeah, I opted in.
How would you feel
Yeah.
about speaking to, like, let's say you hang out with friends, right? And you find out that they've had the opportunity to get vaccinated, but they don't. How would you feel about that?
I don't know. I think it's okay. To me, it's okay because I haven't done too much like research on it, but like I don't know, like you would like is there enough trials, test it? Is there enough data to like say, all right, this is the way to go? Like some people just they don't believe it in today's world because like there's so much information, so much fake news. Like it's okay for them to feel like maybe this isn't safe for me, but I guess you gotta find the right sources. And like, all right, for me, I think I'm just gonna give it some time before I actually go get it. But
It's still
see,
in survival.
Yeah, that's how I was. I wanted to wait a couple months to see, like, because I know they did do trials last year, but
Yeah.
I just want to see when what's the side effects before I actually take it. But I just saw that like long-term wise, this is better for me to get it because if I do want to travel and I want to, if I do want to see my partner, then there's some travel benefits to that. It wasn't because like out of fear or whatever. It's just let me wait, see what's going on. Okay, everyone seems to be okay. Sure, why not? And it's free too. So, because I know some people they have paid like
Yeah, and if you have no
hundreds of
insurance,
dollars
so
for it. Like, yeah, especially if you don't have insurance and you want to take it. Whew.
oh jeez, yeah, it's crazy.
Cool. All right, Alan, we're gonna go ahead and jump into some questions. So let's pull that up.
Okay.
You can go as detailed as you want.
All right.
So we're gonna pull that up. Okay. I think it's the other one.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second, and we'll edit all this out. No, don't edit it out. we'll come. All right, Alan. Okay. So do you have any advice for someone getting in your field of accounting or even getting their CPA certification?
Yeah, I think you just gotta want it. At the end of the day, people would tell you to do it. People would tell you, you should go for it. But at the end of the day, you make your own decision. You gotta like figure out why do I want this? How? Because like there's a lot of hours where you're studying and like it feels useless. Like oh shit, like I should not be here studying 4 hours a day. I should like be enjoying my life. But at the end of the day, you gotta like understand why you want it and why how you gonna get it and just have that Mamba mentality, Mamba mentality.
What is the Mamba mentality for those that don't know?
The Mamba mentality is like every day is a new day. Every day is there to conquer. Like you have to go out there. Say you messed up. Say you spent like 2 hours just on your phone, like just watching media content, and then all right, that 2 hours is gone. But at least you can put in 2 more hours of studying. Wake up tomorrow, put in like 2-3 more hours of studying, because it's all about repetition, and it's like a lot of concepts that are thrown at you. And most people they go to take their masters, and then they'll apply for the CPA exam after. But like for me, I'm doing it straight out of my bachelor's because I feel like masters are kind of a waste of money. Like if for this exam, you can study on your own. You can do it on your own as long as you have the right sources and then you meet the right people. Like you're just asking questions. So like probably your CFOs or like the partner in the firm, and because they can help you. They have a ton of experience, outside of school. Like sometimes I think experience is like the best teaching right there. Just getting into it, trials and tribulations. That's like the best teacher you could have, I think, to me.
I agree. You gotta have humility to tell yourself that I don't know that much and ask questions.
Very true.
All right, next question. So what beliefs, behaviors, or habits have you picked up that has affected your life positively? And can be from this year, last year, 5 years ago?
Hmm. I think when I'm working at the nonprofit, that helped me a lot. Because like I'll deal with like people from different, I guess cultural differences, and they're all like, I worked at a retirement home. I don't know, yeah, but just seeing like how they like how they live it, like they don't really talk to their families too much. Sometimes kind of keeps you grounded. That's one thing. Just like being able to evaluate the situation, like where you are in life. Also having gratitude. That's a big one. Like that's like the one that like one of this like top guys. Like, I view him like as like a top mentor. Like to me, like he's so like the way he operated was like so like smooth. Like he always like knew the answers, and like he always knew how to like explain it to people, and like he treated people like correctly. And one thing he said was like he gave him like a towel for like Christmas, like a kitchen towel, and it said like be thankful, and that's what he told me, and that's what I kept like. You gotta be thankful, be happy about it. I think even the workplace changes like when people are more thankful. Less like it's called like disputes in the workplace and stuff, because they understand that you don't have to do this. You're doing this like because you want to. No, just being thankful, working hard is a big one, and yeah.
There's something about working with older people that gives you a perspective on life. It's like at that age, that's one of my favorite questions to ask is, would you have any regrets? Would you do anything differently?
Yeah.
And
Mm.
a lot of times you would hear, oh, I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have said this to this one girl that I like, or this one guy that I like. And I wish I didn't spend my whole life, just slaving over this and just enjoying life.
Just do it.
And you see that and you ask yourself, do I want to be like that? Do I want to be 80, 90 years old and have all of these regrets in life? Just because I was afraid of doing something. I was scared to do it at the moment. And the thing is that even though you're scared, you're nervous, if you do it, you're not even gonna worry about it in like 10, 30 years. Like you're gonna be glad you did it. And working with older people has definitely put that into motion. Like starting this podcast, asking my friends to be on this podcast, and again, thank you for doing it. Trying out different things, starting my own blog and such, just doing things that I've thought I could never do or was scared of doing because I don't want to. I never wanted to be that guy on the internet. I don't want big social media presence. I don't like hearing the sound of my voice. I don't want to do all this. I just want to relax. So by doing things now, it sets things to be done in the future, allows me to access new opportunities, new channels, meet new people. And yeah, I want to look back one day and like, I'm glad I did all that. Like we sucked at it for the first couple of years, but after that we got really good. We got to meet all these new interesting people, and I want to look back and
especially during a pandemic,
Yes,
whereas it's very restricted.
Yes, I want to look back and be like, no, during the pandemic, I was really productive and I took my game to the next level. That Mamba mentality. Cool.
Yeah.
And last question before we go to our recommendation. You have 30 seconds to do a PSA broadcast to the world. Any message, and let's assume that it gets translated into all the languages. Okay, so language barrier is not a deterrent. Okay, what's your message to the world? 30-second PSA or less.
All right. Be nice. Help a friend. Help a stranger. Help a coworker. Everybody's suffering right now. Yeah. There's like a lot of people I see. Like I seen little kids holding out signs like for money. Like, that was crazy. Like just probably seen it last week. Like, yeah, just whatever you can do to help. Might as well. You got plenty of time to spare right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like money. It doesn't have to be money. Just time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Now we're going to go into the last part of our podcast, recommendation of the week. be a quote, a tip, a reflection. Okay. Since you're
Okay.
a guest,
Guest of honor.
please.
You got
What's
anything?
your recommendation?
I think my recommendation is to take chances, take calculated risk. Just like you said, you do this podcast and you had like fears about it, but you just did it because eventually things will work out. You figure out the kinks to the process, how to make it better. But if you never ever take that step, you never know. So just being able to like take calculated risks, understanding why you don't like it, and just sometimes all fear based. Like a lot of things is just like I don't want to do it because I don't know what my like family would think. If I go all out for it, or like what my friends would think if I'm so like focused on this goal. Who cares? Like if you feel like you should do it, and you have a good reason why, then do it. Might as well.
Great.
Okay. Well, kind of like going off of what you said, helping people and all that. But my life motto, I could say, is it's right in the back of us. Can't really see it, but it's
Bring it up.
yeah.
Member mentality.
Mama mentality. It's seek opportunity, live optimistic. I like to shorten it by saying it's SOLO, solo. We're on this like kind of solo journey where we're always out there trying to, look for opportunities to help people. Because in the end, we help ourselves. And, with this whole pandemic going on, seeing other people being hopeful made me hopeful. And, we just have to continue going out there, using our time wisely and trying our best to help those around us. And, this whole podcast has allowed us to reach out and also connect with ourselves and, learn and also grow from everything.
Yeah, nice. I like the message that you guys are trying to like convey. I think it's really needed in today's world. It's really needed for sure.
Yeah, we definitely saw especially during election year, especially during pandemic, there's just people are always looking for ways to find differences in other people and then start attacking that instead of celebrating the differences, which
Yeah.
leads into my recommendation of embracing differences, especially, and then the example I use is, the way I communicate in my love language, right? And this goes to my partner is just sometimes, she would do something or say something that I won't particularly enjoy and vice versa. But no, I need to understand the circumstances of, okay, we're both doing a work for long hours, 10, 12 hours. We need to understand that sometimes the conditions might not be favorable. Because ideally, if none of us works and it's just a super chill day, we're both at maximum capacity. And since it is long distance, it also plays a factor into that. So I need to keep my ego in check and be like, you know what, even though I'm not getting what I want, I still get to see her. I still get to talk to her, even though it's really, really short, even though she's really, really tired. I'm really, really tired. We're not doing particular meaningful conversations. We're still catching up in doing that. And it made me think about a metaphor that was brewing in my head of, it's like, no, it's better to be on a packed bus than to be left at a bus stop. Because at least even though it's uncomfortable, you're still moving rather than still waiting at the bus stop. You like that, huh? You like that? You like that, huh? Right? Because a lot of times uncomfortableness and a lot of things that we don't like, when we do it, it still takes us somewhere. It still takes us to our destination, rather than like waiting for the perfect time. I'll just take the next bus when it's emptier. I'll take the next bus because it's cleaner. Just get on the bus and just show up and go.
Yeah. Show up, man.
I don't use that metaphor more in my life.
Everywhere you go, every new person you meet.
Exactly. Okay.
You got a bumper sticker,
Hey. A packed bus.
And put it on the bus.
Okay, cool. This has been an extremely fun podcast. I love having guests on.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time once again to come on and
Thanks for having me.
yeah.
Yep.
This definitely won't be the last time. If you're interested in doing more, definitely need to get you back on when you become a certified CPA and celebrate and in person too. But other than that,
Yeah, thanks again everyone for tuning in. If you're watching, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, send us your questions or how you felt about this episode. And you can also follow us on social media. We're on pretty much every platform. Also, whenever or wherever you go, we're also on Spotify, so you can listen to us any time of the day, night, whenever. Aside from that, take care, everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay beautiful, and we'll see you again on another fresh episode of Staying Connected. All right. Thank you guys.
Flutes.
take care.
Yeah.